is January moving so fast when I'm trying to slow down in life? And next thing I know, it's like, boom, we're in February. But gosh, I just got back home. I feel like I haven't been home this entire month. Maybe like 3-4 solid days. Otherwise, I've just been at my parents' house, which is fine because I get to eat their food and drink their water instead of my own. But no, this weekend I was able to redo my mom's office, which I've documented here, me redoing this office. And because I've been staying at my parents' house, I don't really have like a designated space to work at. And her office studio is great, but it is just consumed by so many boxes and other things that it feels more like a storage unit than it does a functional office studio. So I made it my goal this weekend in my little project to just declutter it and just make it more functional. That was the word that kept popping in my brain, was like functional. And then my sleep was just all jacked up. So I figured, you know what, if I can't sleep, I might as well do something helpful and productive while I'm here at the house, because this is a space that we can all work in. This is a space where it could also be served as just a chill, quiet space when we don't want to be downstairs or socializing. You know, that's okay. And just a space to decompress and to also make that shmoney, okay? That manyan. There are so many things that are on the floor that could be sold and put on the market and generate extra income so we don't have to work as hard. That is always my goal. I'm okay with work. I'm always down to work, but there's no reason I need to work so hard to the point of I'm not out here having fun or living my life because I'm bogged down and stressed or exhausted from a place that doesn't even value me or care about me, okay? I have to care for myself first. That's why my tagline for my business is care for yourself, care for your wealth. Because if we put our value and our self-worth in the dollar or the job title, it's like a balloon with helium in it. Like eventually it's going to deflate on its own. But I'm not saying like don't pursue those things. Like absolutely pursue your dreams, pursue your goals, but don't get caught up in the titles and the amount of money, because if you're not spending the money right, or if you're not allocating the money right, or lifestyle inflation got to you, it's not worth it. But I had a chance to reorganize her office this weekend and make it more functional, have more space on the floor for, you know, more room for activities, name that movie. And I found a bunch of comic books on the floor. And I said, self, I don't think these are listed. I could use some extra cash and a project. So let me find out if I can sell these. And I got the green light, guys. I got the green light. It was like over 100 comic books. I went on eBay to price check some of them, and some sold for like $5, some for $30, some for $100 if you get them graded. I know nothing about comic books. I'm just now learning about anime. In fact, go watch my other vlog about the art of manga, which is just Japanese art and the different styles of art and animation from Japanese culture. Comics have now found me. So I didn't realize DC, Marvel, and like a bunch of other comic creators and art designers existed outside of just the cartoons. Like I knew comic books existed. I just didn't understand the breakdown of it all. So I'm learning about that. And of course, my reselling business is always active, but it's been kind of stalled for the last 3 months because the holidays are always just a busier time for me. But the beginning of the year is always a slower season for my real estate business. So I like to give time and effort into the reselling, and it helps. It's a part of what I do for money. So why not give into it? You know, I was getting kind of lazy and stagnant and slacking. I was slacking on my macking, guys. I was not putting in the effort to do the work, and I'm gonna do the work now. I have about half of them on my eBay store. If you want the link to that, I'll share it with you. But for now, if you have a side hustle or if you have some stuff in your house you want to get rid of, just start decluttering. Honestly, it'll help your mental health. It'll give you that confidence boost that you need right now. It'll keep you busy, a little distracted as well, because Lord knows this world is just, it's on 10 right now. Like, oh, goodness gracious. If you know, you know. But I'm gonna get back to work. I just finished recording my podcast. I just finished recording another vlog for my 84 Hoops crew channel. And I clipped up my live stream from my Transaction Care YouTube channel as well. So staying consistent is the path I'm on right now, showing up, but making sure I'm also providing value. And then here on Fire Life, I'm just documenting my day-to-day life. I'm gonna be home for the next couple of weeks, I imagine, until I get that shmoney up and get back on my feet. But until then, I'm gonna just keep having fun, do my best to not stress, because stress is so, stressing about anything it's so deceiving, because you can stress about one thing and then it turns out to be a whole other issue. I'm gonna leave it at that. I want to get back on my vlogging tip with the food stuff, the food content, the traveling. Oh, I deleted Facebook, Instagram again. I thought I was going to get back on it this year and it just was not cute. Then this week I deleted more apps, and not only do I have more space in my phone, but I have more space in here. And I've been able to sit and actually watch long form content. It's a trip. Like, I started watching, I think because I started the year watching Avatar, which was like a 4-hour adventure, because it's like 1 hour to get there, get your snacks, get your popcorn, make sure you got enough butter on the popcorn. Then you got to sit through another 30 minutes of previews, and you finally get to the movie. It's a 3.5-hour movie. Halfway in, I was like, this has to be at least, like, we're at hour 8 by now. No, we were 30 minutes in. So I think that built up my tolerance and my endurance for this year to just be able to sit still and consume content differently versus just constantly scrolling. And TikTok is one of those just like brain sucking apps that I need to get away from this year and just really devote more energy into producing and creating more content versus overly consuming. But I will say, a few days of not having TikTok, like for real, and even getting rid of YouTube on my phone, still having it on my computer, but on my phone, taking those apps away from my phone has made a world of a difference. And I've been watching a lot more travel content, and being able to just see people out in different parts of the world, it was just so, it was like joyful. I'm looking at my feelings wheel right now. It energized me. It absolutely energized me. I even started watching, I have to finish it, but I started watching Will Smith's show, Pole to Pole, on National Geographic, the National Geographic channel. And oh my gosh, that was inspiring, watching his show. It was sad because he really went around the world, not just selfishly, like pole to pole, like we went from North Pole to South Pole, but he went into the villages, he went into the countryside, he went into the cities and talked to the people that live there, the indigenous people that live in these jungles and in these cities and in these countries, and heard what their experience is like and how pollution is damaging the world and their quality of life and their home. It's their home. And AI and gases and factories are just like dumping oil into the water and polluting the air. And, you know, it made me feel helpless and hopeful at the same time watching that show. And then I started watching more travel content on YouTube, and it just made me feel so much more inspired again, something I was lacking, because I was just scrolling constantly and like watching content creators that I don't even really follow, but they just would pop up on my feed, and it'd be like a really entertaining clip. Next thing I know, I've watched 20 of them. So doing my best to exchange the fast scrolling, to slow down, rebuild my tolerance to read, to pay attention to what I am reading, and not reading just to say I read, but to read to actually learn and consume. information and education to improve my quality of life. Because the older I get, the faster these days are going. Like, it's about to be February. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Like, this month went by so fast. And like I said, I'm trying to slow things down, but it just seems like every time I do, it's like on to the next, on to the next. But if you watch this whole vlog, I really appreciate you. Again, I'm keeping myself accountable. I'm showing up. Even when I feel like I don't have anything to talk about, I seem to find things to talk about. And if you're still here 10, 11 minutes in, I thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Please subscribe and leave a comment. Comments are really helpful. But if you don't, you don't. But thank you for watching. I truly appreciate your time. My name is Lily Like the Flower. Shout out to my family. Shout out to my friends. Shout out to my community, the Fire Squad. We're learning and growing together. We are building, and fearless individuality yields abundant healing. You know, life ain't perfect, but it is a blessing. So until the next one, take care and we'll talk soon.